Welcome back. Welcome back. You man, Diamond K in here, of course. The Diamond K Show on firetelevision.com. And, I hope everybody is having a great new year. 2022 is here. So much going on, so much to talk about. NFL action happening yesterday. And one of the biggest takeaways from yesterday was the display, the exit, I guess we could say the farewell of Antonio Brown, AB. And we saw some things that happened mid game from the very, very talented player that has a lot of people asking questions, a lot of people coming at things from a different point of view. His career took another bizarre turn, and this is an athlete that has had a lot of controversy. This is an athlete that has been involved with a lot of controversy. So we saw this wide receiver yesterday walk away from his team's game at MetLife Stadium. So Tampa Bay was losing 14 points or so in the third quarter. Brown removed his uniform, his pads, and his shirt. He walks off the field, and it seemed like he was very stripped down. Tosses his gloves and his shirts into the stand, and waved to fans as he, jogged off the end zone, heading back into the locker room. This was something that obviously people did not expect to see. And initially, I was thinking it's frustration from the game. The team is down, and sometimes when teams are down, the individual players can get to arguing with each other. Before that, we saw Mike Evans, his teammate, trying to calm him down, trying to, get him to get control of himself. So after AB left, of course, Tom Brady has a comeback, and the team comes to win the game, and 27-24 being the final score. So I've seen memes online. I've seen all kind of people making jokes about Antonio Brown. And we've talked about his antics over the years. On many shows, I have talked about his antics. And I don't want to make excuses for it. We can try to explain some of it. Now, Antonio Brown, clearly there is something going on. Clearly he needs some help. And the NFL, various teams have taken advantage of the fact that this man needs some help. Why? Because he can do something for their team. Because they feel that he can do something for a team. And he has the athletic ability to be a major impact on any team that he's on. It's just a matter of whether you're willing to deal with the antics, whether you're ready to deal with the antics. So, following the win, the team, the Buccaneers, say that he is no longer with their team. Right? That's the end of the story. Let's talk about the guys who went out there and won the game. That's what the coach said. So Brown was appearing in his second game since being suspended December 2nd for 3 games for violating the league's COVID-19 protocols. He had fake card, right? This is supposed to be a big offense, like a felony or something, right? He still gets opportunities, right? And folks say, oh, you gotta feel sorry for him. And there is there's something to that. People have given him chance after chance. I mean, there have been sexual assault allegations. There have been all types of diva behavior, right? Diva behavior. NFL said in a statement that Brown was one of 3 players who misrepresented their vaccination status, right? Misrepresented that. Most people wouldn't have come back or been able to come back from that. So Tom Brady has tried to help him out, and I feel has enabled him. He's enabled him and his behavior because Antonio Brown has consistently acted out, right? Now, whether this is because of CTE, whether this is because of some other disorder that he has, has been inflicted on him through his career, he has been enabled as well. So the NFL has used him, right? Has used him, and now it appears he's been used up. So we see the memes, we see people making jokes about it, but this clearly, you can look in his eyes, you can see something's going on with this man. Something is not all the way there. So following the game, Antonio Brown tweeted "Super Gremlin," right? On Instagram, he wrote, "Football is what we do, not who we are." And then posted a picture of himself in his Buccaneers uniform on Instagram, writing, "Thanks for the opportunity." So obviously acknowledging that this is the end of him in Tampa Bay. Will we see another team give him an opportunity? Will we see another team enable him? He needs help. It's just a train wreck waiting to happen. And when you hear those cars screeching, when you hear the brakes screech, a lot of times you're waiting to hear the crash, right? So many people are waiting for the crash. So I will say, to his credit, Tom Brady, who has advocated for Brown, and it's complicated because he asked for compassion in the aftermath of the incident. So there's been all types of statements that people said that was made. Antonio Brown was upset because he's throwing a Gronk and not throwing to him, and he's getting ready to have some incentives. And at the end of the day, you're trying to win the game, right? The team is trying to win the game. This is not an individual sport. So your individual stats, while they're important to you, they cannot come ahead of the team, right? At the expense of the team because he wants to get some individual stats. And there's other reports that he's hurt. They want to put him in the game. So you either want the individual stats and they're trying to hold up his money, or he's injured and they're trying to play him in the game and he doesn't want to play. But you can't have both. Both can't be true. This comes back to people making excuses for him. Yes, he needs help, but we need to stop making excuses and get him the help that he needs. Get him the help that he needs. This is a difficult situation. It's a difficult situation. And I definitely think that it's unfortunate that he's been given these opportunities and this is how it ends. This team, Tampa Bay, very likely is going to the Super Bowl. Very likely. And if this is about money, if he was frustrated about money, this is not where you do it. You don't do it on the football field because look how much money this is going to cost him. It's going to cost him a lot more money than the incentives that were there. And then when you talk about incentives, why were there incentives in place? There are incentives in place because you want to try to give someone unpredictable like Antonio Brown the opportunity for these small goals to keep him engaged and to keep him motivated to produce and to be responsible. But every time he's been given chances, something happens on every team. Whether we're talking about the Raiders, whether we're talking about the Steelers, whether we're talking about Tampa Bay, always something. Always something. And I thought that it was also good of Brady to say, I think everyone should be very compassionate and empathetic toward some very difficult things that are happening. And he also said that we all love and care about him deeply. We want to see him be at his best. Unfortunately, it won't be on our team. We have a lot of friendships that will last. So very respectful there. He could have thrown him under the bus, and he did not do that. Brown was close to adding some performance bonuses to his $3.1 million salary. According to reports, Brown was 8 catches, 55 receiving yards, and 1 receiving touchdown away from 3 separate bonuses that would have totaled $1 million. So by walking off that field on Sunday, theoretically, he left behind a $1 million in potential bonus money. I mean, they still had another game, even if he didn't get it. So that goes back to show you that he's not thinking clearly, not thinking, the best that he could. And is this the result of CTE? Is this the result of brain trauma? Is this the result of him putting his body on the line for the NFL, for various teams? And I would venture to say yes. And of course, I'm not a doctor, but I would venture to say yes. And we're looking at the results of that. His talent is undeniable, but he has a long history of personal conduct issues and bizarre behavior. He definitely at least needs to get checked out and see what's going on. He was very successful at Pittsburgh, and Tampa Bay was the third team to take a chance on this receiver. So, if you remember him being sidelined during training camp, burning his feet with some therapy session, and then there was the grievance over the helmet, and him going live in the locker room on Facebook Live, and there was all kind of things. He assaulted someone, his felony burglary, all kind of controversy, and it is probably doubtful that after Sunday's bizarre incident that any other team is going to take a chance on him. Any other team. And that is sad. That is sad. So we don't need to laugh at him. His mental health is not a laughing matter. And clearly, this is an issue of mental health. This is even beyond being a diva. This is beyond being a prima donna. This is well beyond that. And we definitely, wish him the best and want him to get the help that he needs and the help that he deserves. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok at The Diamond K Show, on Fire Television, onfiretelevision.com. Anywhere you're hearing or watching this program, hit that subscribe button. I will be back 8 p.m. tonight for the full show. onfiretelevision.com is where you go. Thanks.